Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to M News Live from our studios here in Ngwa, Adugono, and also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, Maranatha TV GH. My name is Margaret Kado. Coming up in the top stories.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayokobochi, has informed Parliament that over 10,000 Ghanaians were evacuated during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. In business, a Deputy Minister for Foods and Agriculture, Yao Frimpong Ado, has assured Ghanaians of stability in prices of foodstuffs in September. Now in the foreign front, China rejects the World Health Organization's plan for second phase of virus origin probe.
Details of these stories, including business, entertainment, and foreign news, makes the headlines. Now to the details. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayokobochi, has informed Parliament that over 10,000 Ghanaians were evacuated from countries across the world during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020.
According to her, this was part of efforts by the government to come to the aid of many nationals who were stranded abroad due to the pandemic. Answering questions on the floor of Parliament on Thursday, July 22, 2021, Shirley Ayokobochi said $1.5 million was expended on the cost of airfare for evacuees from the UAE, China, Lebanon West, and Central Africa, whilst 44 million Ghana cedis was spent on quarantine for the evacuees. The countries from which Ghanaians were evacuated included the United States, China, Kuwait, Germany, Ukraine, Canada, amongst others. Several Ghanaians from different parts of the world had called on the government to evacuate them when the coronavirus pandemic was at its peak. Their calls compelled the government to facilitate their evacuation. The government covered the cost of travel and quarantine for Ghanaians arriving from China, Iraq, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and all evacuations undertaken within West Africa.
The Appointment Committee of Parliament has recommended Kisi Ejabin for approval as Special Prosecutor.
According to the chairman of the committee, Joe Osei Owusu, the recommendation was an anonymous decision. The nominee was questioned for about 4 hours by the members of the committee on Thursday, July 22, 2021. Parliament will later debate the report of the committee and decide on whether the nominee should be approved or rejected. It said they put their recommendation forward for the House to determine whether to approve or disapprove of their recommendation. As to how other people view his answers, he will rather leave it to them and stay within the rules to make recommendations to the House. The committee anonymously agreed to recommend Kisi Ejabin to the House for approval, Joe Owusu said. Answering questions on corruption, Mr. Ejabin said he would rather focus on making it difficult to engage in the canker than placing emphasis on stopping it. Said he's not naive to assume that he's coming to stop corruption. There's no way he can stop corruption. God himself will not acclaim to that, but he's going to make corruption very costly to engage in. He further added that he's going to institute what is called pressure for progress, and in this quest there will be a systemic review of all public sector institutions and the development of integrity plans. Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, nominated Mr. Ejabin, a law lecturer and private legal practitioner, as a replacement for Martin Amidu, who resigned from the position in November 2020 under very controversial circumstances. Mr. Ejabin was called to the Ghana Bar in October 2003 and holds a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of Ghana as well as Master of Laws degrees from School of Law, among others. He has since 2006 teaching criminal law at the University of Ghana, whilst engaging in private law practice. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has the mandate to investigate and prosecute all suspected corruption and corruption-related offences as pertaining to public offices, politically exposed persons, and persons in the private sector alleged to have been involved in any corruption and corruption-related offences. Apart from initiating investigations on its own, Act 959 gives the Office of the Special Prosecutor the power to receive and investigate complaints of alleged corruption from the public or investigate suspected corruption or corruption-related offences upon referral from public bodies such as the Attorney General's Department, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, and the Economic and Organized Crime Office, IOCO.
Also, a Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, George Mekuduka, has urged members of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners to continue their mining activities responsibly as there is no existing ban on small-scale mining.
Speaking at a meeting with the association on Thursday, July 22, 2021 in Kumasi, the Deputy Minister reiterated President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's commitment towards responsible mining, adding that mining supports Ghana's economy. Hence, the government has not and will not ban mining in the country. He said the government expects the legal small-scale miners to engage in responsible and sustainable mining. He further advised that the mining activities should match the licenses acquired. He, however, warned that the government would not condone irresponsible mining. The ministry, he said, will soon set up a task force to monitor the operations of miners across the country, saying that they want them to do the right things, drop their old self and take on new clothing in mining. Responding to questions on the community mining scheme, the Deputy Minister said the government will engage the association in the scheme to ensure inclusiveness at all levels of mining operations. On Operation Hot, he said the military has been assigned a specific task to protect water bodies and forest reserves and advise members of the association to display their addresses in their respective concessions to prevent unwarranted encounters with the military task force. The Deputy Minister also announced a yearly award scheme for the best small-scale mining concessions, an initiative which will begin this year to demonstrate best practices and encourage other miners to emulate. The Vice President of the association, Samson Kofi Redu, expressed worry about the activities of some soldiers under Operation Salt, saying miners were losing their investment as a result. He noted that the assurances of the Deputy Minister had given the association the renewed interest and confidence in the government and sector minister to safeguard legitimate miners. The members of the association pledged their commitment to support government to win the fight against illegal mining. They were drawn from the various mining districts, including Wa, Takwa, Bibiani, Dunkwa, Ofin, and Akin Oda.
Away to some other stories. The National Executive Committee of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has threatened a possible strike in all public universities should government fail to address the worsening conditions of its members.
The association's national president, Professor Charles Mafo, in a letter cited by myjoyonline.com, noted that government had pledged to reach an agreement with members of UTAG by July 31, 2021. However, the said agreement has overly been delayed with no end in sight. According to Professor Mafo, members of UTAG effective Monday, August 2, 2021 will lay down their tools indefinitely should the negotiation of their conditions of service be left unattended. The letter was copied to the Chief Executive of Fair Wages and Salary Commission, Education Minister, Finance Minister, Employment and Labor Relations Minister, and the Chief of Staff.
M-News returns shortly with business.
Are you stressed or depressed and need a good massage to relax your body? Then visit Vanda's Day Spa and Cosmetology. At Vanda's Day Spa, we do not only do bodily massage, but we also do other things like bodily scrub, salon services, rejuvenating, facial treatment, and many more. We also have a school which offers short courses like
wake up, makeup, pedicure and manicure, nail extension, and we have full courses in beauty therapy, hairdressing, cosmetology.
You can locate Vanda's Day Spa and Cosmetology School at Nungwa Adogono, near Odai Ayiku Street.
You can call us on 0243 816908 or 0503 353936.
Maranatha Vocational and Technical Institute, Mavotech, comes your way with varieties of courses you can choose from. be it catering and decorations, building and construction, fashion designing, electricals and electronics, beauty skincare, nail culture, and grooming make-out. Admission is in progress. You have a diploma certificate, SHS certificate, JHS certificate, a school dropout, or have no formal education. Then there is no need to fear because you are accredited by the National Vocational and Technical Training Institute. Hostel facilities are also available. You can locate us at the Ayibonto in Sawim on the Dokrochewa St. Martin's Road. For more enquiries, you can contact us on 0246 026 257 or 0504 531 908 and 0243 175 295.
There is a scholarship for the first 100 students, so call now.
Mavotech, helping people to help themselves.
We welcome back from the commercial break. It's now time for business news. A Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, Yao Frimpong Adu, has assured the Ghanaian populace of stability in prices of foodstuffs latest by September.
According to the Deputy Minister for Foods and Agriculture, the ministry hopes that within the given month and October, there would be more supply of goods and produce which will help settle the upsurge in prices. He said it is our hope that once the new produce has been harvested, by end of September, October prices will stabilize because we are going to have a lot of foodstuffs in the market and naturally the demand and supply will settle the price, he said. This is said was because the new crops planted will be harvested between August and September. Lots of them will be harvested, especially the middle sector and the southern sector, he said. Speaking on the business edition of PM Express, Mr. Adu said that the northern sector are now planting and if by 3 months they are ready, it will be harvested so in the northern sector. He further indicated that the produce that will be harvested from the northern belt between October and November is expected to last to the next planting season. It is a technical thing and it's just unfortunate that last year we had bad weather in the middle and southern belts and it's affected the output in these areas, but for the north that has very good rains. We're going to face some serious drought in this country, he said, and thank God that we escaped that calamity, he further added.
Still on business, MTN Ghana has added new network codes to the existing ones after it received new blocks of numbers from the industry regulator, the National Communications Authority, NCA.
He noted that the addition will help meet the needs of customers who require numbers for their personal use, businesses, mobile money business, as well as other digital devices. The new number block will also help MTN Ghana in optimizing its services with high-quality data, voice, and mobile money services. Mr. Cranton urged customers acquiring those new numbers to ensure that they registered their SIMs using valid documents as required by the law. The Acting Chief Sales and Distribution Officer of MTN, Mr. Abubakar Mohammed, also indicated in the release that the new numbers were available at all MTN service centers and Connect shops across the country. The release urged the public to be advised and reminded to take note of the addition of the new network codes to the list of MTN codes and to accept them for their activities. For international calls, customers will have to dial their country code, the relevant prefix and customer's unique number, for example, +233 25 7000000. It said customers were also to know that the official number of MTN Ghana remains 0244 30 and as a result, they are to be mindful of the activities of fraudsters and scammers who may take advantage of the new network codes to undertake fraudulent activities.
Coming up next is entertainment.
spend your time away, living your life in affordable luxury? Here you are with Shiloh Guest House, the nation's first best ever guest house. We pride ourselves with our superior customer service and premium rooms being meant for kings and queens. Our front style eloquence speaks for itself, and we can't wait to give you a taste of a true luxury is all about. And after a night, rest is guaranteed with a Glow most comfortable bed with neat and good mattresses with twinkle surroundings and warm atmosphere. The whole family to dive in, come rain or shine. Businessmen or women, parents and kid alike, get away with the reward of free Wi-Fi. The environment beauty is uncomparable. Shiloh Guest House is just in Teshinunwa Estate near A Life Junction. For further enquiries, you can contact us on 0241 972076, 0558 414718 and 0555 940103. Shiloh Guest House, best and quality assured.
Maranatha Glory Hill Academy is a newly established Christian educational institution housed in a magnificent two-story modern edifice with 24 classrooms.
The school has a Montessori that admits children from 1 year to 5 years and primary 1 to 6. The staff is made up of trained teachers and university graduates. Teaching is based on GES syllabus, high Christian morals and principles. Admission is in progress at all levels.
Enroll your ward now for excellent care and tuition. We are located at Maranatha Power Ministry premises behind Lekma Polyclinic, Adegono, Nungwa.
You can call us on 0556 429 384 or 0242 535 031.
Our motto is truth, wisdom, and knowledge. Enroll your ward now for excellent care and tuition.
Welcome back, and remember, M News is brought to you by Vander's Day Spa and Cosmetology School. Let's now do some entertainment. Actress and movie producer Tracy Bwashi has reacted to comment from Aisha Modi about the identity of her daughter Inshira's father.
Fans and followers of Tracy Bwashi have been asking about the father of her daughter, especially when allegations went with that former President John Dramani Mahama is the father. Her fight with songstress Miss Girl heightened those allegations, especially when the two were referring to the mystery man as Papano. Ifya Schwarzenegger has stepped on the toes of unofficial pro of Stonebwoy Aisha Modi, who also split the beans. According to Aisha Modi, John Mahama isn't the father of Tracy Bwashi's daughter as people have been made to believe. She explained that Tracy Bwashi was just blackmailing the former president because the biological father of her daughter is the CEO of Angel Group of Companies, Dr. Kweku Oteng. Well, Tracy Bwashi has reacted to the comments from Aisha Modi. Sharing a photo on her Instagram handle, she stated that she was single and searching or she already has Inshira Papa.
Let's now do some foreign news. China has rejected the stage of World Health Organization's plan to investigate the origin of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The World Health Organization wants to audit laboratories in the area where the virus was first identified. Deputy Health Minister said this showed disrespect for common sense and arrogance towards science. World Health Organization experts said it was very unlikely the virus escaped from a Chinese lab, but the theory has endured. Investigators were able to visit Wuhan, the city where the virus was first detected in December 2019 and January of this year. But earlier this month, World Health Organization head Dr. Tedros outlined the terms of the inquiry's next phase. This included looking at certain science research institutions. He has now called on China to be more cooperative about the early stages of the outbreak. He urged Beijing to be transparent, to be open and cooperate with investigators and provide raw patient data that had not been shared during the first probe. Speaking at a press conference on Thursday, Mr. Zeng said he was extremely surprised by the World Health Organization proposal because it focused on alleged violations of China's laboratory protocols. He said it was impossible for China to accept the terms, adding that the country had submitted its own origin tracing recommendations. He said the World Health Organization would seriously review the considerations and suggestions made by Chinese experts and truly treat the origin tracing of the COVID-19 virus as a scientific matter and get rid of political interference. More than 4 million people have died worldwide since the start of the pandemic, and the World Health Organization has faced growing international pressure to further investigate the origins of the virus. On Thursday, the United States criticized China's position as irresponsible and dangerous. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said at a news conference that access was critical to help prevent the next pandemic. This is about saving lives in the future and is not a time to be stonewalling, Ms. Psaki added. Earlier this year, U.S. President Joe Biden had ordered American intelligence officials to redouble their own investigative efforts into the pandemic.
Let's do a recap of the top stories.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayokobochi, has informed Parliament that over 10,000 Ghanaians were evacuated during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. In business, a Deputy Minister for Foods and Agriculture, Yawu Frimpong Ado, has assured Ghanaians of stability in prices of foodstuffs in September. Now in the foreign front, China rejects the World Health Organization's plan for second phase of virus origin probe.
This will be all for this afternoon. For more news updates, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube, Maranatha TV. The 8-minute thanks to the production team and also to my producer, Fuseni Isaku. Once again, my name is Margaret Gado. Thanks so much for watching and do enjoy your weekend.